This is a great opportunity here to congratulate my family and my daughter, who's just turned into a year old. It's her first birthday today. I can't explain how fantastic it is to be a father of a young baby girl who, can inspire you and can help you all the time in your difficult moments. And today, I'd like to start my presentation by thanking to my wife and my daughter who live and who support and inspire me all the time. So, today I'd like to talk about something that I actually encounter on a daily basis. This is a crisis communication. Working as a governmental body and being in service of the government is not an easy job. I always thought that I could become an entrepreneur, but in spite of a light, I had an opportunity to become a governmental body. By the request of the president, I was set as a Deputy Minister of Public Education in my 22. That was a very hard, that was unexpected experience for me. I never thought I would work for the ministry that is responsible for 6.5 million people and at the same time 500,000 teachers in Uzbekistan. A person who has no roots of education in that field, but I had a passion to change something in the whole country. Over 1.5 years, I learned a lot of things in a governmental job. I had ups and downs. I learned the other side of the whole development story in Uzbekistan. Sometimes the things that we think are easy turn out to be difficult. Sometimes difficult things outweigh your positivity and you just surrender. You simply say, I can't do it. This is a very simple and common practice that we have on a daily basis. When something seems difficult, we tend to surrender. We tend to give up because that's the easiest way. That's always easy to give up and to start something from the very beginning. But the only brave and strong ones will start everything again and again. While I have a number of photos in my presentations, there's a very little correlation. Why am I showing this to you? I've recently been assigned by the president as a special Senate member to the whole Senate. This is a very big responsibility for a man who comes from an average family. I come from an average family where my dad used to teach at school, my mom was a housekeeper. I never thought of becoming a member of the Senate, influencing the whole Uzbekistan's development story. But here, what I see is probably can inspire most of you. If you look at this, you can see that there are a number of photos where you can find me as well. Not me, not me, nope, nope, not me, that's not me as well, that's not it, that's me. So you look at it, you see that there's this photo. It's like everyone is looking geniusly, very happy. They have their own style of looking. Everyone tries to look and to be the best of themselves. But what we hate most of the time is that when people look at us from a different angle, the angle that we don't tend to like, the angle that we can't accept, the angle that we think we can't simply look at it as a truth. I had this little story a couple of weeks ago. This photo was shot by a very talented young photographer. She had this set of these photos. Everyone was like beautiful, pretty looking. I looked at it, I was amazed at it. And somewhere in the middle, there's only one person who is with a frowned face on the photo looking at it. And most of the people know me that the youngest senator or the counselor to the president on youth matters has this look on his face. And most of the people started associating it with negative thoughts. And the interesting experience I got is that I started thinking negatively as well. I said people are saying negatively. They're talking about it as a negative photo. They're saying as if I'm not content with what I have, dissatisfied with something that I have. And some of my colleagues even jumped on telling the photographer that she should delete the photo. And she did it. Then she came up to me and she said, on that day, in the evening, she contacted me. I thought you're the most liberal, youngest senator and the one who can accept it. That's why I set your photo in that way to teach other governmental bodies that these photos are okay with us. And I thought of this. I said, I can do better than that. And she looked at me and said, how can you do that? I said, you deleted it, right? She already had deleted that photo that time. And I said, I can do something better. She was unhappy about the fact that something she expected from me didn't happen. The positive attitude to the photo. And what I did then was to set the photo myself on my Facebook page, where I tried to overcome the obstacle inside us, the fear that we have, not the other people, the fear that we see in ourselves. If we can fight this, if we can see the positive side of anything we have in our life, we're more able to change and more able to bring better developments to our country. There, I can show you the practice. That's the photo, and you can see that when I set the photo, I wrote a little story behind the photo. You know, the crisis communication, the best solution to the crisis is the best source of information, where you tell yourself what the photo said for, or why did you pose in that way. There is no one who can better explain this to people. If someone sets a photo, you don't know what happens, what pans out later on with this photo, but if you set it with a clear message why you posed in that way and you got shot, you can explain people the better and positive sides of your photo. So what I explained was a little message was about the communication between the governor of Samarkand region, province, and me as well. We're talking about Youth Matters in Samarkand region, specifically about building youth houses for young people. That was the matter. And I explain it here, and if you look at it, you see that there are some groundbreaking comments that I heard as a key message to my post. So someone is writing, like, красавчик, круто, что человек относится к таким моментам с юмором. Эльбек Бархом, Бехром. И я отвечаю на этот вопрос. I'm answering to this comment. Это очень сложно, но по-другому не быть. It's hard to be in that way, but there is no other way to solve this matter. That's why we should choose this. And if you look at the second comment, I received the exact message I sent to people. They had this interchangeable communication with me by distance. He's writing, if you hadn't written this post, there would have been other ways of explaining how you pose on this photo. This is exactly what I wanted to send people as a message, and they got it right. This is exactly how I felt about it. So why am I showing this photo is the whole key message to an everyday life in a governmental service. It's not easy. You don't get often complimented by people saying you did a great job, that's easy or something. People who are strong enough, who are positive enough, can fight this, can improve themselves, can work on themselves by better nurturing themselves into positive thinking, by fighting against negative thinking and making sure that you nurture it, you keep growing positive thinking in yourself all the time. I have had a number of obstacles as a young deputy minister in public education or here as a counselor to the president. But the only way I feel strong, safe, and secure is having and feeling positive all the time. This is how I think we should live, inspire people, work, and at the same time give speeches and talks on TED. Thank you very much.